Hello, let's make this vlog for the 30th of January 2022. Don't know what day it is, forgot to look. I looked at the day and I saw that it was the 31st. So I figure I'll make this one for the 30th because that was yesterday, and then that means I can do a video tomorrow. Why the hell not? Because it's only like 3:30 or whatever. So I kind of look at it as like last night instead of tomorrow morning. So yeah, I didn't do a video for a couple of days because I was totally oh fuck. What'd I get myself into? Because I had to start, because one of the Google Earth things, because I'm fixing my Google Earth page, and I built a new page, when a page gets too big, you build a new page, and so I had Google Earth history, and I decided to make a Google Earth Rome off of it so that I could make my Google Earth Rome page nice and big, because it was working too slowly. It was big enough. Taking care of the rest of the world, Rome deserves its own page. Did that, and then started building. And it wasn't long before I was building things my Rome is modeled off of the Plattner and Ashby book. So, the way that it's organized and all the things that are in it. So, it's already ready to go as far as that is concerned. And so the ones that I did a search, Google Earth has a search. So I went and searched all the different things I already built in the Rome that I have already, been tracing, and for all the different things that were in my menu that I made, and a lot of stuff was. So the ones that were there, I linked, and then the ones that weren't there, I just took the link away so that I know what's not there, so I know what to build and look for and try to build and stuff. And then I started building because I decided, before I realized I was gonna build Rome with every year, but you can't even build Rome. You can't even have Rome available. You can't upload it. The entirety of Rome is 2.11 gigabytes, I think. And my max that I can upload to Glowhost is 984 megabytes. On chat, he said he'd give me 2 gigabytes, but I only have 984, so I guess that's all they can give me. But so I have to make it so that you can bring to your computer different files that are under 900 megabytes. So each of the 14 regions of Rome are under that, so you can download those right now and check out what I'm doing and all their stuff. But yeah, I'm going to organize this stuff and break up stuff and have as much original stuff available for download on the download page, and then include it into the timeline. I don't know if I'll do that now or later, because probably later, because now after I do this, I want to go in and do the that 3,800 points thing, that I got, the Turchin boat on my timeline. And I started with that and did a couple of them, and I made them color-coded with different font icons and stuff. And so then I was doing the generations. I got started on that first, so that was cool. I'll get going on that too. So I got 3 different new things working right now. So yeah, that's oh yeah, so drawing in the information for every single year of the city is really time consuming, because you have to Like there's one thing that I have to do is add like how many it increased every year, because I got the number, the population for what it was every year, but not how much it increased from the year before. And I didn't think of it before, but when I was looking at it this time, really looking, I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to want that, because I'm going to rely on that number for when I make it bigger, when I build new houses on there every year and take them away. And also for visualization, when you're reading it, you want to know what it's increasing. It's like maybe even more important than just looking at the population. So that's like really time consuming, and it's like hard on my eyes too. Like my eyes are like not getting as good, or getting bad. Maybe because I'm hanging out inside all the time. So it's like most of the time, half the time I can barely see it, and I have to do but I can do the arithmetic, the subtraction on my cell phone. I just hold the button and go whatever 806 minus 205, and then I type it in. It tells me verbally, and yeah, it's like so much work, because then I have to copy it and then paste it onto Notepad, because it doesn't paste directly onto Dreamweaver directly from Google Earth for some reason, and then copy it off Notepad, put it onto Google Earth, and then once it's on Google Earth, I have to bold the number of it, what year it is, Control B, and then I have to Control I, italicize the plus number, how many more people were there, and then I have to go in and highlight it and attach the font of for number, and then I have to highlight over the name of the guy and attach that for the font of the king, my leader font. And then later on, I think what I'm going to do is attach the link. Like every single console, even though there's like 4 consoles a year, if they have a Wikipedia article, have the console and their Wikipedia link on for every single console on that page, on my Google Earth page, and also on my timeline. If you look at the consoles of Rome Wikipedia page, it's like just like so many Wikipedia articles, man, of like all the consoles for hundreds of years, multiples of every year, and it's like, and most of them have their own wiki page. It's like, wow, dude, like that's the best collection resource if you want to like history of Rome, one of the best. So to put all those links to those guys on from my timeline would be really cool. And before I only put one console because I wanted to say space, but now I'm like, nah, dude, it's worth just naming them all. Not the ones that don't have Wikipedia pages, just the ones that have Wikipedia pages. So links there. So that's another thing that I have to do with my timeline. But for now, I'm just doing the one that's on there. And then, because, the name, like when I link it, that's the name that I'm linking it to. And if it has too many words on it, it won't link. It won't upload. But it can upload if you have like one word. There's like a limit. So I think hopefully I'm within the limit. Oh, and also it won't upload if it has like a period or a comma and I have a period. So if they do an upload, I'm going to have to go in for all of them, like thousands of them, one for every year, and take away the periods of all of the consoles. Because I built it on Google Earth. I only wanted to build it once. I built it on Google Earth once, and I copied it off of that and put it on Google Earth. I mean, on my Dreamweaver website, on the Google Earth download page, and then also the timeline. And so, but I'm doing it on Google Earth first. So whatever. And then after that, I attach it to the file, the Google Earth file, make the file, and then in the form of a folder, and then attach it for my website, and then upload it, and then make sure that it uploads and that you can download it. And then after that, all I have to do left is actually build the file, and then put it in that folder. So I'm just doing like a lot of the preliminary brain candy stuff right now for it, because most of the work comes later when I build it. that's so many steps, you know, for so many years, so many things. So it's taken for like ever. And this math isn't all that fun when you do it so much. Because like I was doing it for like a couple days and I was like, started at 509 BC, you know, doing all the 400s, all 300s. And now I'm like working on just beginning the 200s. Like, oh my God, I have to do 200s, 100s, zeros, and then zeros, 80s, 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s, just to get through the Roman Empire. And then I have it on my thing, I'm like, Google Earth all the way up to 1000. So am I going to do that like 2002? Like, oh my God, like, oh my God. That's like a couple weeks just on that. It's like, what? But it's like, you know, that's what I called for, you know. And then after that, there's a whole lot of other Google Earth stuff that I need to do. So if I burn out on this, because I'm prepared for the next couple weeks just to work on Google Earth page. If I burn out on this particular thing, trying to, you know, population of Rome for every year, then I'll just break away and I'll try to create the downloads for the other Google Earth things that I have also, because there's a lot that I'm behind on that too, I'm sure. You know, and I want to like make sure that everything I made on Google Earth is linkable, because I've lost 3 really time-consuming things on Google Earth. The Naumatia of Augustus, which was really time-consuming. I think I pretty much built that and finished it, you know, down the tubes. And then the entire canal network of ancient Babylon, and also the entire like canal work of ancient China, you know. And I don't know what happened, just. But if I had have been smart and like uploaded it to my site right away, like right after I built it, then it's like and then I check the download and all that, then like I lose it, who cares, because then I just go to my website and download it right on my website, right? So like I should have done this like after losing the first thing. And now I go all this long time, I've lost those 3 things, and I've like all these other things that are on my website, and it's like, I got like carried away, you know what I mean? It was because I was like on a roll, you know, but like luckily now I'm on a roll just fixing the links to connect all the stuff that I made, you know. Like I made lots of random stuff too that like I even forgot that I made, and that's tucked away somewhere, because like I was watching a documentary earlier today about this dude talking about the ancient like Achaemenid Empire, or the Sumerians. He's talking about it was like the Gulf of Arabia, like where Kuwait is, like the water used to go in a lot farther in before, because the silt had made the coastline go farther out. And but I actually Google Earth that before. I Google Earth exactly how far, like when and where, like 12 times or something in that area, but all over, like Italy, a bunch of places like in Greece and Turkey, you know what I mean? And it's like, where the fuck are those files again? You know, like I could like link them to my site, and like lots of other stuff too, you know what I mean? So yeah, time to do that big time. But you know, I'm taking my time, like smoking weed, you know, not overcook myself, and watching a lot of been watching Outlander with Kirsten. A couple more episodes tonight. Yeah, man. Yesterday morning, like some morning, I got an energy drink, and candy too, candy corns, $1.50. And I was like thinking about calling my mom to go on a walk, but I was like, nah, it's too early. And then like I slept, and then she woke me up at like 4, like slept during the day. I'm like totally like nocturnalized. She comes over, like her friend gave her a bunch of food, and she gave me a bunch of food, like all this food, like, and then food she made me, like meatloaf, all this meatloaf, and the thing was really good. And then, yeah, she came down and just delivered it and came up, and I was going to say something having to do with that, but I forgot. Anyway, yeah, I was going to say something. I said to her, anyway, oh yeah, if I wanted to call her. And she was like, yeah, no, not before 10. 10's the cutoff, because when I become like really like nocturnalized, sometimes I'm so nocturnalized that I don't even sleep the next day, you know, and then that would that mean I can like take advantage of being up in the morning, go hang out, go like on a walk or bike ride with my mom. So, but I don't think I'll be up that late tomorrow, you know, like I'm tired. So, but so I'm doing this video because I was working, I'm like burnt out. So it's like a little bit of a break, you know, but I should have done the video before, but it was like, because I fell a little behind because I was like taking time off. I wasn't working really that well. Wasn't really working a lot, making really good progress over the last day or two, because I was just like getting distracted, and so now I'm more focused, you know. When I'm like not making that well progress, I get like embarrassed, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I gotta like I'm ashamed to do the video because I didn't like totally work all the time, you know. So yeah, but also, you know, I'm working on something that's really like time consuming and like overwhelming. I'm like, oh my God, you know. So anyway, yeah, a couple weeks on this, but anyways, now you can check. Oh, the cool thing about now, as opposed to before you couldn't even check, but now, like every single day, you know, I'm doing all these uploads every day, multiple times a day on my Google Earth page. It's a new page. You go to my education page, and then you see the Google Earth column there on the left on my education page. You see Google Earth Rome, and has its own page. There's history in the Rome, and you just click on Rome, and then you can, if you check that every day, you can see it grow. You can watch it grow and get bigger, more and more links, but you can click on the links and you can see the new stuff I made. So anyway, okay, enough talking. I think I'm gonna smoke a little bit of weed, listen to my music, and then get back to work. Talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow for sure. Keep up with it more than before, because now I'm in more like the groove of this new project.